Guys, I know you like taking a look at how this project's been going, so I figured I'll re-explain it to you so that way you can see. So I've got a radiator in the front with a fan that blows the radiant out, but how the system works is I've got a pump down there, and that pump goes, this pump right here brings water up and comes out this 5 kilowatt heater, up the kilowatt heater and back into the tank, and it's just a continuous fast moving loop. Then there's a secondary, there's actually a T right here that brings off and goes into the radiator and then goes through the radiator and it comes out here, and then there's this hose here that makes the water spin, kind of creating a vortex effect, keeps the splash down, and it also makes sure that the water gets down that drain fast enough. And then right there is a temperature sensor that goes into this mini monster. It's a little eBay purchase, it's like 30 bucks, and it controls 2 temperature sensors and 2 relays, and that's exactly what I was looking for. So I'm using one of the temperature sensors here to measure boiler temperature because I want to know how hot the water is. And then these 2 zones here, one controls the fan slash pump and one controls the element. And the element, this relay here goes into a contactor here. This contactor will basically turn the 220 on for the 5 kilowatt heater to actually heat. And then it's basically a step down from 220 to 110, 110 to 3. And then it's just trying to bring the voltage down to a controllable level because home automation doesn't like high voltages. So 220, 110, 110 to 3 volts, and then 3 volts to a Wi-Fi control that goes to Control 4 itself. And here's the power cable that runs it. It's 10 gauge, and then it's hooked into my sub panel at 30 amps. So that's mathematically correct, and I'm sure Chad will have an opinion of that. But that's that. So let me show you the thermostat system. So I scored a Control 4 thermostat on eBay for 10 bucks, and it has a rudimental flaw, or basically a fundamental flaw that runs a problem with it. It doesn't control jack shit. They said it doesn't control anything, and I was like, whatever, let's just see what happens. So I get it, and hey, it still connects to Zigbee, but he's right, all the relays are fried. Someone did a number on it, but that's not why I'm using it. I'm using the Zigbee controlling system since I have that IP controller over there. And so that way, this is calling for heat, and it now asks for heat. So if I was to say, alright, I'm good on heat, that just turned off over there. So now you know, it's just Zigbee connections, and that's the awesome part about that. So yeah, that's kind of how it's working right now.